Alright guys, here we go. Xbox One finally fixed my game DVR, thank you. The update was worth it. We now got Cortana, so that's pretty kick-ass. Just gotta ask her anything you want to, and she puts it up in your snap for you. Or if it's a simple question like, you know, what time is it in London? She does that. So we're building our guild right now. I'm just flipping through that a little bit. We just got to guild hall 2, almost 3. Got our market going. Definitely a lot of work, but you know, if you're willing to put it in, it's worth it. If you're looking for a guild, just let me know in comments if you're on Xbox One. So let's jump into it here and start looking at the build. Okay, so I was telling you guys I'm gonna bring you the high DPS build for the Great Weapon Fighter, and it's kind of gotten screwed up. It's kind of taken a while, but here it finally is. When you're rolling your stats, you want strength and dex as high as you can get it when you're getting your rolls. What I try to do is get like a 10 10 10 on my intelligence, wisdom, and charisma, and I'll usually set your strength and dexterity pretty high. Then when you're adding your stats, make sure you're only adding strength, dexterity. You know, that's giving you your crit, your power, and your damage. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna get into the math of all of it, but this build is guaranteed to work. Your armor pen, you're going to want about 55 to 6. You're looking at getting 60% damage ignored, resistance ignored. I'm at 58, looks like right now. Just close to 60 is where you want. Anything over 60 is just a waste. Like I said, I'm not getting into the math. I don't know the math. Enough people on Reddit have done the math. You know, I've tried the build. I've seen the build. It works. Don't go above 60. If you need to know why, you know, go check Reddit, man. Those people know everything. So into the gear a little bit. We're using the dusk set. As for the bonus, this is basically the best kind of gear you can get, and you can get other gear that's identical basically stat wise, but you don't get the same set bonus. And this one's giving you bonuses for being in groups. Giving you bonus health points, but then on your third it gives you 4,000 movement in the guild. So that's when you have 3 of the pieces on. I have the head, the chest, and the feet. The feet are my third piece. Give me that. That movement is incredibly useful when you're farming for the guild. For my next set, I use the Drowcraft on my 4th piece of gear, my arms, and it gives me that 10% damage resistance against demons. For a single set bonus, this I think is the best, so that's, you know, why I use it. You do a lot of demon skirmishes, a lot of demonic heroics and stuff, so that's pretty dang helpful. As for the weapon, now with the new maze engine, we're looking at the twisted weapons. Right now I'm working on getting those. I really love these the drowned trident. That's my #1 pick. You do heal every 60 seconds. You get a heal 50% of your life over time, so that's extremely useful. It gives you, you know, a lot of helps you live a little bit longer. On your weapon, we're looking for a Vorpal enchantment. See, there we go. Cortana, stop listening. Cortana, unsnap. And there we have our first Cortana, stop listening. Have our first screw up from that. So I was showing you the Vorpal. The Vorpal gives you on your weapon, that's what we're going to be using for this build, gives you your increased crit severity. Now moving on to the neck set. You got the neck, the waist, and the artifact set. We're using the Lost Mouth. Gives you an additional hit of weapon damage on critical strike. This is when you have all 3. This is when you have the Lost Mouth Horde necklace, when you have the Belt of Puissance, and when you have the Lost Mouth Horn of Blasting. I managed to get the necklace and the waist from running dungeons. The blasting, I need that in the Lost Mouth Epic Layer Lost Mouth. I bought the Horn of Blasting. I use Bruner's Battle Helm. I love the defense and lifesteal that it gives me, and the defense, and it slows demons. Like I said, you do a lot of demon heroics. As for my rings, you want to be running Rising Precision, Rising Precision, or Sudden Precision. You get those ones out of the Prophecy of Madness skirmish. Now the Ring of Brutality you get from the Epic Demogorgon. You can run the Ring of Brutality or the Ring of Rising Power. You want both of these to be +4 or 5. You're getting the right offensive slots, and you're getting 2 offensive slots on those rings also. I run the Drowcraft set for my pants. There is a better set for the weapon fighter you can make. I run these. Just they were easy. You can grab them cheap, put them on, and they give you a thousand bonus heal to your teammates on crit. So you're healing your teammates a little bit. Not a lot to notice, but that's a good set to wear. Now I recommend at least we're using 1 Dragon Horde or less Dragon Horde, because when you start killing enemies, you're getting refining stones. 2% chance with the Dragon Horde. So just to get that percentage chance, keeps you going. The Soul Forge, lesser Soul Forge, pretty cheap, like 200,000. When you die, instantly brings you back 1 time every 60 seconds. So one of those one shots you get from a boss, you come right back. You hit your life stone. You're good to go. No one had to pick you up. You lose the you save yourself the embarrassment of that, and you just keep going longer. Now movement I have on my utility slots. Oh, I had this on an overload slot. It's just a piece of crap. Here, we'll break it. It's just worthless for me right now. I'm running the whites for the power. I usually run black for the crit. I don't have nothing, so that's a green deflect. It's kind of worthless, but it's better to have something than nothing, like I always say. I'm stacking my movement really high. Like I said, I have that 1 Dragon Horde on utility, and the rest of mine are all rank 9 dark enchantments for movement. That movement translates into DPS, in my opinion. The quicker you get around, the higher your DPS is going to be, and you consistently are getting to the people first. You're getting, you're putting out what you're gonna have the problem with as a. Here, we're gonna move some of these around just to kind of even them out. I don't know why I had that on a defensive slot. That's Savage, so I'm gonna put that on an offensive slot. Put an Azure on the defense, and then the Dark back into a offensive slot. So, back to my point of with DPS, when you're at the same level as, say, a Scourge Warlock or a Hunter Ranger, and they have a good build, the problem we have is getting to them first, because they have ranged attacks. Now, they can soak up all the DPS before you get there, and that is frustrating, man. You're running over, you use your whole sprint, all your stamina, you barely get there, the enemies are all dead. The Warlock never moved halfway across the map, so getting that movement up definitely translates into higher DPS for us. For the longest time, I didn't believe it. I didn't run it. I ran all Dragon Hordes. Then I finally just say, no, I'm going to try it, and I've just become obsessed with it. My movement, I keep just shoving through the roof. I have some added bonuses later on in my build I can show you also for that. Now, this is the Horn of Blasting. You're going to be wanting to get up to purple, because you see you get the equip powers. You want to get equip powers that are Armor Pen, Power, Crit, Combat Advantage. Those sort of things. Now the Kessel Sphere I bought. The helm you get. There's also one that you get for free. I recommend getting the Shopkeep from you get to pick one of 3. It's like a heal, a lantern, or the Shopkeep. I recommend the Shopkeep. If you want damage, get the Revelation of Lanterns. I can't remember what it's called. Lantern of Revelation. Get that. I got the heal. I thought it was going to be great. Yeah, it was worthless. It's the cheapest one. Don't get that. Waste of time. I've already used it to refine. Now you're able to pick, whatever. This title just shows up for people. They can see it. It's not very amazing. Obviously, never amazed there. Now we're going to get into the powers a little bit. You're going to use your Sure Strike from the beginning to end. That's going to be your right trigger, your entire build. It's a quick, easy attack, really good for your determination. You're unstoppable. Destroyer is going to be giving you, every time you hit 3 or more enemies, it's going to be stacking your crit and your damage. So your Destroyer, definitely get that up as high as you can. Spinning Strike we're going to be using for our area damage encounter, or our daily, our area damage daily. It's really good. It keeps getting better the higher you put it. Weapon Master, we're always stacking on Weapon Master. That is where we get a ton of our crit. We stack on our Weapon Master through our Weapon also, I forgot to show you that, but you can, you know, put it on there. You can stack it even more. Then we use Daring Shout. We're marking our enemies. In the feats, we're going to show you that you can do more damage against marked enemies. Weapon Master Strike. You hit them once from the front, and then you see, you know, a red U show up behind him and hit him again. So you're actually hitting him twice as fast as it seems. That's a really good one for your be getting, you know, multiple hits at once to use your destroyer. Your Master Strike really stacks on top of your Sure Strike. Now, Indomitable Strike is your power hit. That thing crushes enemies, and you want to kill somebody with it, because when you kill a foe with Indomitable Battle Strike, it marks all targets around them. Again, doing increased damage to marked targets. Indomitable Battle Strike, it's a must. Crescendo, that's your single target attack daily. Very powerful. Make sure you use your blades and make sure your target is marked. Crescendo will do twice as much damage that way. Always before you use Indomitable or Crescendo, make sure you throw your hidden daggers, get that damage buff. 10 at 2, 10, you know, 10 more at rank 3, 10 more at rank 4. You just throw the daggers, you got the damage buff. You don't even got to hit nobody with them. They do become useful when you get your armor pin up, and they do good area damage, but we use them for the damage buff mainly. So mark your target with Daring Shout, throw your knives, then unleash your big attacks. Anything I got marked is 4 right here. I have all my mains marked. I got them up to 4 now. So anything you see on the screen that's at 4 is the ones you need to run for your daily. Your dailies, your actives. I love the sprint. You know, we all know we got the sprint. That's what we get for being a great weapon fighter. If you're not using the Dragonborn, I'd recommend Human. Get the extra feat points and the higher defense. Me, I was Human. I went to the Dragonborn. I traded in Astral Diamonds right here. 3% higher crit, 3% higher power than any other race. Why not? Every build, if you have Dragonborn, there's going to be Dragonborn. For about 750,000 AD, you can swap it over into Zen and buy Dragonborn, or $25 US. Now, here are the feats. I'm going to go through them a little bit. You know, no brainer. You know, we want to increase our maximum hit points, you know, if we can. So we're going to pump that up a little bit, put 3 into that. And just basically, you know, copy these just as are. If you have the Human and you have the 3 extra feat points, you can shove those into the Unstoppable Action, put 2 into there, and at the very end of this row, I have the 2 out of 3, put the 3rd one there. If you are Human, now we want our encounters better. Obviously we want to grant power equal to defense. I mean, that's a no-brainer. So now as we stack defense, we're stacking power. You know, that's the one. If you have a Human, put a 3 out of 3 into that critical chance, but our severity is much more important, at 15%. Now we're going into the Destroyer Paragon here. You know, 5 here, definitely want to put your at-wills up. You know, you guys can go through and read them and see what they all mean and do, but basically it doesn't matter. Basically right here is, I didn't make this up, you know, it's nothing special. Every single great weapon fighter you see doing high DPS has this identical build, and it's just the way it's got to be. This is the best DPS. This is what all the theory builds have come up with. So, you know, what are we going to do? You get your individuality from how you stack other things. Definitely being a great weapon fighter. There's a lot of us. That's why our ensorcelled weapons are, you know, 40 grand for our main hand when the rest are 5 for everybody else. It's because there's so many great weapon fighters that our weapons are more expensive because people got to buy more of them, and the drop rate's the same as every other class. Anyway, so we're running this. You know, you'll read them as you're putting them in, see what they really all do. But basically, take my word for it, it works. I didn't read them all. I copied them from someone else. I'm not going to lie about it. Just like, you know, most other people did in the game. I went back and read them all, and they all, you know, work out really well. This one down here, make sure you don't forget in your Sentinel Paragon, your powerful challenge. You really need that marked enemies. I used to run the Sentinel Paragon. I have a tank hybrid DPS build on my channel. I loved that build. I recommend soloing to 70 with that build, and then you know, re-rolling into a destroyer. You're a lot tougher that way. I'm going through the boons right here. I don't have that one. That's your final boon, you know, for the Sharon Dark campaign. Everyone I have picked is the ones you're gonna want. Anything that's adding to your power, anything that's adding to your crit, combat advantage, damage done, resistance ignored, anything that's up. And I don't care if you feel, oh, I need a little more defense. Quit crying about it. Put more DPS out there, kill them faster, you'll be fine. We all feel like we have not enough defense at first, but you know, as the build progresses, you realize that you're going to be fine, and you also realize that if your tank sucks, you're screwed no matter what. Because the problem, again, with the Great Weapon Fighter is that you got to stand next to the boss. Now, if you don't have a tank sitting there soaking up all that damage, taking all the threat, it's on you, man. And basically, there's numerous times I've been in Orcus Battle, Castle Never, where I'm literally standing back with the Warlocks and the Clerics, just running behind them, staying alive, making sure if they go down, I'm there to pick them up. You know, just making sure I'm there to assist, because there's no tank with us, and they know, and I know I can't stand next to Orcus as a Great Weapon Fighter. There's just no way. So, you know, make sure you got a good tank running with you, because this build is for team effort. You know, that's why I have that Sentinel build, because if you're running solo a lot and you're not doing the epic dungeons, epic Demogorgon, you know, you're not doing Tiamat, then that Sentinel build is going to be perfect for you. I loved it, man. You can solo anything. You're good all day long. You don't do the high DPS, but you're always on the leaderboard. Usually second DPS, you know, you usually sitting. Sometimes I'd out tank in the, you know, damage taken. So, you know, common sense on your boons. Obviously, I have a lot of improvement to do on my build. I don't have them all yet. I'm building my guild also at the same time, which is extremely expensive, extremely time consuming. We just got our market done, got Guild Hall 2 done, starting Guild Hall 3 today. But man, I'm telling you, that's a lot of work. I can't tell you how many days in this game, you know, a month's worth of days in this game, and I'm still, you know, improving my character. So moving on to companions, I would recommend a stone, an ion stone, and or a goat. What these are is they're augment companions, and their stats go directly to yours. So basically what you're looking at here is extra slots for my character. All of those rune stones go directly to my character. The rings, the icon, they all go directly to my character, all those stats. So when you have lower level items, put them on your augment companion, as so that your higher item levels can go towards your overall item level. Now, if you read the active bonuses here, you do increased damage against enemies below 50% health by 5%, you know. Each Archon adds 0.5 to each stat. So the Archons all stack 0.5 on each other, so having them all is worthwhile. The fire one does under 50% health, you know, more damage. The air one does under full health, you know, more damage. So you just stack all those Archons on, don't put nothing on them. Make sure you're working towards an equip power from your mounts. Obviously 2000 critical is a good one for us. Now when I was talking earlier about getting extra ways to heal and extra ways of movement, this is how you do it. Now I'm going to show you real quick these insignias of vigor. There's the crescent ones and there's the enlightened ones. You know, 100 movement, 50 movement, that's 250 movement there. You know, these ones here give you 200 movement. One right below gives you 100. So just by the insignias that I have on, not including the bonuses, I'm looking at about 700 extra movement right here for my insignias. Now, the Artifact of Persuasion gives you 1500 recovery, movement, action points, gain stamina every time I pop my artifact. So what I do is put down Bruner's Helm, get that defense lifesteal for 30 seconds for everybody, get all those 1500 boosts for me for 15 seconds, just, you know, tear it up there for a minute. The Gladiator's Guile, also increasing your movement, 15% increased movement at full stamina, also gives you a stamina boost gain. The Barbarian's Delight, 0.5 heal on crit. You stack those with the Barbarian's Revelry, you know, I'm getting 2.3% heal on crit. Now, we're getting to the end of the video. I've been talking like crazy. Like I said, there's so much to these builds. I could go on for 2 hours. Any questions, leave them down below. Your PS4, hopefully it's going to help you out. Give you an idea of what you're looking at, what you're trying to do. I got other builds you can check out. This is just basically how you fight with your great weapon fighter. I'm showing you, you know, what the movement does to help. You're able to get around a lot faster. If you watch me, I mark them, I throw my blades, I go after them. Anyway, guys, leave your questions down below. Hit that like button. Thanks for stopping by.